Okay, so there's the one recipe that I gave to Sister Olsen. It's called fårikål, which means just lamb and cabbage. And it's in a nutshell what traditional Norwegian food is. It's really basic. It's just lamb. You cook it in cabbage for a really long time. You season it just a little bit with some peppercorns, and that's pretty much it. And I don't know, if you find the right people, they can do it really well and it tastes really good. But I remember we had a mission leader in one of my areas, and he was English. And he complained about the Norwegian food all the time. And he said, just basically, it's pretty much just peasant food. And they've learned to cook it really well. That's it. Because Norway for a long time was just really poor, and that's what they lived off of, was just really basic stuff. A lot of people have heard of lutefisk. It's kind of this really just dry fish that they've kept out for a long time. And it kind of has the texture of jelly. And everyone thinks it's the most disgusting thing. A couple people like it every once in a while. But there's this story that kind of describes, just Norwegian food and how they got all their traditions and everything. And no one really knows the complete story of how lutefisk was invented. But it has something to do with, oh yeah, they were sitting out and they were drying the fish and it got mixed with lye somehow. A lot of people say, oh, there was a fire or something. But in the end, it always comes down to, and they were too poor to just throw it out, so they ate it. And I guess that really just kind of describes the food of Norway just in general, or at least the traditional food, is just they were poor and they did the best with it that they could. So
I don't really know exactly what lye is.
yeah, I think it's some kind of poison. Use it for either cleaning. It's pretty much just a cleaning product, or I don't know what it is, really, to be completely honest. But it's poisonous and it's not meant to be mixed with any kind of food. But for dried fish, for some reason, it works. So other than that, it's just very first world. They have supermarkets and everything over there, and they sell pretty much what we sell here. So I mean, it was very rare that we got just a traditional Norwegian meal. Other than that, we were eating like tacos and salads and pretty much whatever else when we went over to members' houses to eat, or just if we ate with people. That's the thing. Norwegians are very friendly, so oftentimes people would be very just, they didn't want to hear about the gospel, but they'd be more than happy to have us come into their homes and, just invite us to have something to eat. And so, we'd take the opportunity a little bit, just like, well, maybe there's something here. Let's just try to get to talking to them a little bit, try to get to know them. And so through that, we just got a lot of very good, just cultural experiences. Got a couple of investigators out of, just talking to people, just out of them being friendly. But yeah, there's pinnekjøtt, which is a kind of meat that they cook for a really long time as well. They're really big on just cooking everything for a long time. But it's mostly bone, and they eat a large part of the bone too. Mostly because, yet again, going back to that, they were poor and they didn't know what else to do with it, so they ate it. So, I don't know, but I've heard, if you salt it well and if you prepare it right, then it's very good. Other than that, during the summer, they really like to go out and grill things. So we got a lot of hot dogs over the summer. Other than that, they're really big into microwave pizzas too. Don't know why, but it exploded over there. They love it.